Hello everyone, greetings from Shenzhen, China. We are here about to watch the launching event from Vivo. They're about to launch 3 different devices. First, we have the Vivo X Fold, which actually is going to be the first foldable for the company. They're also going to announce the X Note. It's an ultra premium device. We'll see what this is about. And last but not least, they're going to announce the Vivo Pad, which actually is going to be the first tablet as well for the company. Remember, Vivo is part of the BBK company, that their sister brand with Oppo, OnePlus, and Realme. So I think maybe some of these devices will share some characteristics in common. So super excited to be here and share this information with you guys. So let's see what is this all about. Right, as usual, we're going to have like a little introduction from the brand. I think this is a live event. I think it's a pre-recorded event. Previously, Oppo has held a few live events here in Shenzhen in a full auditorium full of people. But I think this time Vivo opted for having a fully recorded event. We are checking and following the event. And we can see here the different comments from the Chinese fans. They're watching at this event. They're super impatient about the announcement. So they're really asking, stop talking so much, like they do in every single event, and please do announce the devices. And I think they're about to do it. They're started talking about it, so let's see what they have to say about it. Oh, look at this. Looks so nice. So we have a quad camera set up for this Vivo X Fold. It looks like a leather back. It is opening, and of course we're gonna talk about this hinge system they're gonna apply for this phone. It looks very beautiful. I do like this light blue though. There it is. It looks quite big, and the back of the phone looks a little bit like the latest Vivo flagships actually. So one of the main things that these phone makers want to focus on is the hinge, because remember, these foldable phones are very fragile, so they want to make as durable as possible. He's now talking this device, the X Fold, can resist up to 10,000 opening and closing. It looks quite big, like I'm checking his hand, it looks like a big device. So it says it can last up to 10 years if you fold it 80 times per day. Every company always wants to show up how much effort and how much time they have invested designing and producing this hinging device. They are using also the water drop design, which is the same that Oppo announced and Honor announced for their foldable device. This water drop design ensures that the crease of the screen in the middle won't be so noticeable. So it will make it like softer. When you open and you're actually consuming content, you will not notice that much the crease on the screen. So this is, I think, a very clever implementation that most of the brands should apply for their foldables. The inner screen will be 8.3 inches with a protective layer of glass. Of course, this will be a flexible glass, because otherwise it will not be folding. It's all in Chinese, so I'm trying to figure out. 120 Hz refresh display, HDR10 Plus. So this phone, both screen, the inner screen and the outer screen, they both have 120 Hz refresh rate, LTPO adaptive refresh rate, which means depending on the content you're consuming, it will adapt from 1 to 120 Hz. It's the first phone, actually, the first foldable that offers this technology on both screens. Other companies, they've made mostly this technology, these LTPO panels, only on the inner screen of the phone, but not the outer panel. One of the strengths that all these Chinese companies like Vivo, Oppo, Huawei, Honor, they have, it's like Chinese market is huge, and they can adapt in a better way all these apps to their devices. Like the aspect ratio, the colors, the way they work with these kind of devices is way better. Apps like WeChat, Bilibili, Youku, Toutiao, Douyin, all these apps that maybe you're not familiar with, but they're super popular here in China, they're all super well adapted to this device. This is the very first foldable that actually will use a fingerprint embedded in the screen. You know, the previous phones, they have a fingerprint reader but mounted on the side on the power button, but this one will have it on the front panel. That's really cool. So of course they're going to use the latest chipset, which is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. We're going to have a 4600 milliamp battery. It will include in the box, I'm assuming, a 66 watts charger that can use up the battery in only 37 minutes, from 0 to 100 in just 37 minutes. It will also support 50 watts wireless charger. We have a quad camera setup on the back of the phone. We have a main sensor of 50 megapixels, an ultra-wide of 48 megapixels camera. We also have a telephoto and a depth sensor for the portrait pictures and videos. So I think the quality of these pictures will be very similar to previous phones that have made outstanding pictures and videos like the X60 or the X70. 在天空从深蓝逐渐向橙红过渡的过程中，会有一抹 The new flagship from Vivo, and the name is Vivo X Note. By the name Note, you might think that this phone might include a stylus. At least that's what I was thinking. But Chinese brand, they have a kind of weird way to name their devices as well. Like Xiaomi also have a Note that doesn't have a stylus, just like another super premium flagship. It's going to be a 7-inch curved display, which is quite big. I actually just changed for small phones. I'm using the Xiaomi 12 and the iPhone 13 Pro, just a regular one. I don't like big, huge, chunky phones anymore because they're too uncomfortable to use. And this one seems to be one more like that. And 7 inches is just way too much for me. 5000 milliamp battery with another super powerful charger. In this case is 80 watts charger that is of course included in the box. 50 watts wireless charger. This phone can be used up in only 32 minutes from 0 to 100%, and you can reach 50% in just 12 minutes. They're also saying that this is going to be a very thin phone for the size of the device, and they're talking of 8.37 millimeters of thickness. If we compare this one to the iPhone 13, which is 7.65 millimeters, this one is definitely thicker than this one. So I don't think it's that thin as they say here. Now, for the camera setup for this X Note, we can see exactly the same camera setup as the Vivo X Fold. 50 megapixels main sensor, 48 megapixels ultra-wide, a telephoto camera, and a depth sensor. About the colors, the availability, we have the same light blue as the X Fold, the same gray, and one more option is like black color. Gray, blue, and black. Very classy, elegant, very fancy colors, I have to say. The textures of the back looks very nice. Nothing too flashy, nothing too striking, but they're all very good looking.
那就是 Vivo 首款平板电脑，这就是全新的 Vivo。
And after 1 hour and 15 minutes of the event, they finally announced the Vivo Pad. It's a pad that is coming in an 11 inches form factor, similar to the Oppo Pad that they just announced a few months ago. The Vivo Pad will be powered by a Snapdragon 870 chipset with a screen of 120 Hz, a battery of 4040 milliamperes. It supports Dolby Atmos. It has a thickness of 6.5 millimeters, which makes it thinner than the Oppo Pad. Oppo Pad is 7.1 millimeters. It's going to be 489 grams. That is going to be around 12 grams less than the Oppo Pad. It comes with a different camera setup. The Oppo Pad only had one camera. This one has a 2-camera module, 8 megapixels main sensor, and an ultra-wide camera.
我们还增加了一颗超广角镜头。
It also has some accessories like the pencil, the keyboard. It comes with Origin OS. It has some application that allows you to synchronize with your phone and transfer files easily, as usually these brands do with their phones.
你可以全屏打开手机里的文。
So now let's check about the prices. They left the prices for the last part of the event. So now let's check how much all these devices are going to cost only for the Chinese market by now. The Vivo Pad, we have the A plus 128 gigabytes of storage for 2,500 RMB and A plus 256 gigabytes of storage for 3,000 RMB, which is around 470 US dollars.
Vivo X Note.
Regarding the X Note, we have three different versions. We have 8 gigabytes of RAM plus 256. It's going to be 6,000 renminbi. Then we have the 12 gigabytes plus 256. It's going to be 6,500 renminbi. And the 12 gigabytes plus 512 gigabytes of storage for 7,000 renminbi, which is around 1,040 US dollars. We have two different configurations for the X Fold. We have 12 gigabytes plus 256 of storage. It's going to be 8,999, which is around 1,400 US dollars. And the second configuration will be 12 gigabytes of RAM plus 512 gigabytes of storage for almost 10,000 renminbi, which is around 1,570 US dollars. Those were the prices they have announced today. A lot of products, mainly focusing on the business sector. I believe these are not precisely cheap. So this has been it for it. Let me know what you guys think about these devices. We are not sure if they're going to be available for the international market anytime soon, but at least since they're going to be available here in China from April 15th, we're going to try to get them to make some material for you guys. Let me know what you think about these devices that Vivo has launched today in the comments down below. Remember also to subscribe to the channel, take me around for the future reviews about technology. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next time. Bye bye.